That stuff only affects you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? More time when I go in the shop, I see what? The heathen nations putting 500 on the electric and gas key, when you, Jake, can only put like £10 or 2p on it. Or £2 on it. £2 on it. Yeah, swear down, man. Right, that's Esau. Still trying to flip in his sorry state that he's in now. That's how you're going to get brought down in Jacob's trouble. Go on. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. Right, your teachers shall not be removed into a corner anymore. Because we're in the last days as well. So you're going to see your teachers. And your teachers are serious guys. Okay? Go on. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. Right. So that's order. You're being told specifically what to do. This is the way, walk ye in it. We're not buttering up scriptures. Go on. When you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. Right. So you're going to hear this whether you come up or not. You see what I'm saying? People are hearing it all the way down near the station. Okay? Right, you got the 24 and 37. Matthew 24, 37, yeah? Go on. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. I'll start from 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Right. This generation shall not pass till all the rest of these prophecies be fulfilled. Alright? Because, what is it? The microchip prophecy has to come to pass. World War III has to come to pass. Alright? Jacob's trouble has to come to pass. Which means what? You're still in those biblical times. Okay? Who the world called Jesus Christ hasn't come back yet. Which means you're still in those biblical times right now. Okay? I'm gone. Now learn the parable of the fig tree when his branch is yet tender and putting forth leaves. You know that summer is nigh. Right. Just like in, what's that movie, Sally? When Jake said to his mum, oh, peaches are coming in mighty early this year. She goes to him, early peaches means a long summer. That's a sign. Go on. So likewise see, when you shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. Right, so when you see these things coming to pass, get me, where is it? 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Know that it's near, even at the door. Okay? Because what is it? I think it's 2nd Thessalonians when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall come upon them. Okay? And they shall not be able to escape. Give me that Ezra chapter 9, go on. This is the book of Ezra, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Right, so that's what you're supposed to be doing. That's what your churches are supposed to be telling you to do. Measure the times diligently in itself. Look at the things that are going on around you. Alright? And class it back to the Bible. God. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I've told thee before. Right, because where is it? Who the world called Jesus Christ said what? In fact, go back to the 24:37, because he said, no one knows of that day but my Father. So no one knows when who the world called Jesus Christ will be sent back, but his Father's given his men signs. He's given his servants and his prophets signs. Grab me that one as well. It says that the Most High shall do nothing, but shall reveal his secrets unto the saints. Go on. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 34. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. Right, of that day and hour knoweth no man. Because a couple of weeks ago, there was a Jake that claimed he was an Israelite. He's talking about who the world called Jesus Christ, whose real name is yahawashi. He's talking about he's going to come back this year. You see what I'm saying? That's madness. Because where is he getting that idea? Because the Bible says the Most High doesn't have a counselor. So the Most High said, if a prophet be deceived, it's the Most High that's deceived that prophet. Alright? Go on.
Sarcastic hell, man.
That's what you need. But of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels in heaven, but my Father only. Right, but the Most High only. But he's given his servants signs. Okay? Go on. No. Get me the one, the Most High shall do nothing but reveal his secrets. We'll grab the other one. Then go back on the, what is it? 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Quick precept. This is Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. Right, that's who the Most High revealed his signs and times unto. His servants, the prophets. Okay? And now, once again, the only way you can be a prophet is if you're an Israelite. If you're an Ishmaelite, or an Edomite, or any other nation, that's not from Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. If you're not an Israelite, you can't be a prophet. You understand? Go on. 2nd Ezra again, chapter 9, verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right. The Most High is going to visit the world which he made. Right? It says he's going to visit it with, what is it? Thunder and lightning. Go on. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Right. When there's seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And there are uproars right now. Okay? Even having forest fires as well. And what the forest fires are doing is it's mashing up the, what is it? It's mashing up the soil. So obviously you can't really farm in that area. Okay? Which means there's less space for farming, less space for food. So when Jacob's trouble comes, most of the land you're not going to be able to try and farm off of it. That's what the Bible talks about. Them that run to the mountains and shall eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for very hunger and for thirst. You understand? Go on. Yeah, what's that? Then shalt thou wilt understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right, so the Most High spake of these things even from the beginning. Get me Amos chapter 8 verse 11. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, even very dark. That's why we're out here telling you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans to come back to your God. Because we know what's about to happen. Okay? We know what's about to happen. Your pastors and your preachers don't know what's about to happen. What's that? Which one? This one? That's who the world calls Jesus Christ. That's his real description according to the Bible. Which scripture? Get me Daniel chapter 10 verse 5. Get me also Revelations chapter, where is it? 1 verse 13 also.
John, 1 John 10.
Yeah, all the scriptures down there.
5 verse 10.
Right.
As witness of themselves. He does believe God. God had made him. So liar. Why?
Sorry?
Why?
What nation?
Because he believed
Which denomination? We're not a denomination.
that God.
We're Israelites.
His son.
Not Israelis. God. What's your nationality? Your nationality. Your father's nationality. What's your father's nationality? Gambian, right? So, you know, on the west coast of Africa, you know some of our people was taken from here. So obviously, we don't have, on the tribe side, you'd be more towards Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Because those are the three tribes that was mainly taken from the west coast of Africa. The Americas, they already had the North American Indians and Latinos already there. So when Christopher Columbus tried to say he discovered it, he didn't discover it. He already knew he was there. He knew he was coming for. And when he slaughtered the Native American Indians and Latinos, he was coming back for who? Us. The three tribes, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Right, we're gonna break down the, because a lot of our people think that who the world for Jesus Christ is Caucasian. You know that? They think he's white. But the Bible, it explains that fake Jesus as well. Do you want us to read the fake Jesus first? No. Yeah. Alright, let's read the real Jesus first, yeah? Go on. Probably read the fake one afterwards.
They have fake Jesus, they have
White Jesus, white.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up mine eyes and looked. Right, so he lifted up his eyes and looked, which means what? He's talking from an actual description. When you're in a police station, they tell you to write a witness statement of what you saw. So this is telling you what he actually saw. You see what I'm saying? With his own eyes. Go on. And behold, a certain man clothed in linen. Right, so a certain man clothed in linen. Go on. Whose loins were girded with the fine gold of Uphaz. Right, so he was dressed like royalty because he's the son of the Most High. You understand? He wasn't dressed in that white robe. There's some plain white robe with some sash around his waist. He's dressed as royalty because he's the son of the Most High. Go on. His body also was like the beryl. Right. So when you look down here, it says his body was like the beryl, and beryl is a green emerald. It's a green jewel. So when it says his body was like the beryl, it doesn't mean he was literally green. It means the garment he was wearing was green. You see what I'm saying? Go on. Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's a green garment.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Go on. And his face as the appearance of lightning. Right, so his face as the appearance as lightning. Because the Bible says, wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. Like with Moses, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, he had to cover his face with a veil because he was in the presence of the Most High, which is wisdom. Right? Right. Was it?
We came to evangelize us, but I'm so used to wanting to time. We came to answer you. That's why.
This is the scripture. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. Right, so wisdom causes a man's face to shine. Okay? Go on. Back to Daniel chapter 10. So this is Daniel chapter 10. Yeah? The biblical description for the world called Jesus Christ. Go on. His body also was like the beryl. It says his body was like the beryl because he had a green garment on. Go on. And his face is the appearance of lightning. His face is the appearance of lightning because he was white. Go on. And his eyes as lamps of fire. His eyes as lamps of fire because he drank wine. So when our people drink wine or when they smoke weed or whatever, their eyes turn red. Yeah, Genesis, okay? 49 Genesis 49 and 12. His eyes shall be red with wine and his teeth white with milk. Go on. And his arms and his feet. And his arms and his feet. Light in color. And his arms and his feet were light in color. To polish brass. To polish the brass. Which means what? He was dark. Where's the other side actually?
That's why he said to us,
What color is his arms and his feet, it says. His eyes was lamps of fire. And his arms and his feet like in color. Yeah? So your arms and your feet are the same color. Yeah? To polish brass. Now, can I ask you, what color is brass? What color is brass? Huh? Brass. Copper? It's brown, isn't it? In the Greek, it's brown. Yeah? So, what the scripture is telling you here is that who the world called Jesus Christ is a brown man. Because he's not olive, because the only color you can get in olive is green and brown. And he wasn't green. Yeah, he wasn't radioactive. His feet were like in color to polished brass, and the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude. Right, because he was austere. When someone's got an austere voice, it's very authoritative, and it sounds like it's many people. Yeah, like how I speak about Mike. Right. Like a man, that's how you're supposed to speak. Also, we have a mic here, it projects it more. Yeah, the mic just projects on this.
So you are talking about
how can I get this one?
Oh, you want a mic?
No, the connection is mine.
Oh, the connection.
How do you get out?
Oh, that came with the mic.
Oh, it came with the mic?
Yeah.
How much is it?
I don't know personally. So, what was your question?
the teaching is it about the tribe of Judah?
Yes.
Israel. Are you
Yes.
teaching about it?
Yes.
So it's we can find ourselves. Benjamin. But they come from Africa. So
You want to tell me that?
that's right.
Right. So, what was your question?
I said, like, the Bible that you are quoting and everything,
Yes.
do you want us to, is it basing on the 12 tribe of Israel?
Yes.
It's not the gospel.
Yeah, this is the gospel.
But I want to understand that are you based on the 12 tribe of Israel?
Yes.
So that we can
because we're Israelites, we're not Israelis. Those people in the land right now, those are not the true chosen people. Get me Revelations 3 and 9.
You mean they are not the truth?
They're not the true chosen people. No, the Bible says that. Because the Most High, his people went through slavery, the slave ships, because they broke the laws. So which means what? He took their heritage away from them and he hid their heritage. So true Israel don't know who they are. Their heritage has been hidden from them. Have you got me that scripture? And then get me... I'm an Israelite and you're Israelite. That's a nationality, not black. I'm not a black person. Black is a byword. And a proverb, that's what the Bible says. You got it, yeah? Who are all Israelites? Who? What, everyone on the planet? Who is all Israelites? Us five here, we're all Israelites. Who are you talking about specifically?
No, like every child of God is an Israelite.
That's true, but then who are the children of the Most High? So every child of the Most High is not Israel.
Every child of the Most High is Hebrew, but they're not Israelites. No. Oh, let me 6 and 54 quickly. I'll pause it back to you. Oh no. Child of the Most High. A child of the Most High is a yeah. You have to be a child. Israel to be a child of the Most High. But
Promise the children of God.
yeah, there's a chosen people. But who the work of Jesus Christ? Who he's coming back for? One is coming for the nation of Israel, but he's not just coming back for the nation. He's coming for a select few. He's coming for 1/3. Look. The Bible's off. Revelation 7. See who goes through the tribes. Because he's not coming back for, see, we're called Negroes, West Indians, whatever. He's not coming back for Negroes, West Indians. He's coming back for Israelites. When we come back to our nationality, that's when the Heavenly Father sups with you. He's not dealing with Negroes, because that's what it was called through captivity, slavery. These are bywords that he was given in captivity. The first slave ships that came over, they were speaking Hebrew. That's when you get Kumbaya, my Lord. Yeah? My Lord is English, but Kumbaya is Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? It's only throughout the generations of colonialism where we forgot our heritage. That's how we started speaking English. Like throughout the generations. If I split up a family and I take away the father and I take away the mother and the child, I can teach the child anything. So that's how you lose the generation. Like this generation today, they don't know the history. Like I have a little brother, but the school ain't teaching him much like history and that. He'd have to learn through us. The school ain't going to teach you this stuff. They're not going to teach you that you was ruling the nation before you went into slavery. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to teach you that the Heavenly Father's only here till you got that.
Do you believe Jesus is the Son of God?
Yeah, I'll get to your
No,
first.
she's asking you a question.
No, I'll get to your question after. Just going to break something out quickly. Who is come back for first?
Right. This is Revelation chapter 7 verse 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Exactly. So he's come back for the nation of Israel. And they were sealed means that they were sealed with the mark. They were sealed with the name. They were sealed with their heritage. They know who their power is. They're not calling on Allah or Jesus Christ or Amun Ra. You know what I'm saying? They're calling on yahawashi and the Father Yahweh in the Hebrew. Yeah? Go on.
Right. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000.
Of the tribe of Judah. Yeah? Tribe of Judah would be the so-called African Americans. And those on the west coast of Africa. Yeah? Ghanaians, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone. You know what I'm saying? What else? Congo. Yeah, Gambia, Congo. Those on the west coast, okay?
Do you believe that Jesus is
One second.
Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000.
Tribe of Reuben, yeah? That would be what? The Seminole Indians. Yeah, also classed as that Latinos.
Of the tribe of Gad was still 12,000.
Tribe of Gad, just run down the names, I have to say 12,000.
The tribe of Asher,
Asher,
the tribe of Naphtali,
Naphtali,
the tribe of Manasseh,
Manasseh,
the tribe of Simeon, the tribe of Levi,
yeah, Levi would be the Haitians. Yeah, you know about Lil Wayne and that he's a Haitian. Yeah, go on.
the tribe of Issachar,
The tribe of Issachar would be the Mexicans, so-called Mexicans right now, who they're treating really poorly. They're trying to build a wall to cut them off from their own land. Go on.
the tribe of Zebulon, the tribe of Joseph, and of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000.
Okay, so he's only come back for Israelites. Yeah, he's only coming back
for you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's not dealing with anybody else. That's who he's coming back for. Yeah, we are children of Most High, but you asked the question, who is what is it? Who is he to us? Yeah, let me keep this getting simple. Give me Matthew 1 and 20.
I said, do you believe?
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah,
So I believe
he's
what?
a son of God.
Yeah, we know he's the son of the Most High. Okay? Because who did he say? Who do you confess I am? He said some people say you're the son of the Most High, some people say that you're John. You know what I'm saying? So people already know, but it's just about confessing. We're the only ones that are out here, in truth and sincerity. Your pastor, I'll give you 28 and 8.
This is how you confess it. Yeah. Me just saying it out my mouth, oh, Jesus is Lord.
You see what I'm saying? Me just saying, oh, Jesus is Lord. That's not confessing, because it says in John, if you love me, keep my commandments. Cool. That's how you show love.
You wasn't just saying it.
Also, he said, if you love me, feed my sheep. This is what me and the Akim are doing. Yeah? Right, 28 and 8. Okay, so reading truly, the prophets are known because this is what they do. Yeah? Not your church pastor, not your imam. Okay? This is the real prophets of the Heavenly Bible. Okay, the scriptures. Jeremiah 28 and 8. This is Jeremiah chapter 28 verse 8. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries. Okay? So where are a prophet against many countries? Yeah? Babylon. Today it's called America. The mother of Babylon. Today it's called UK. Yeah? Right. Because America is mystery Babylon. When the Bible talks about mystery Babylon, it's talking about America. Alright? Because America, as it says in the Bible, is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. It's the absolute epitome and pinnacle of wickedness. You see, as it says in what? Job 9:24? The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? When you go into Google and you type in Jesus, it comes up what? As a Caucasian. You see what I'm saying? When the Bible says that who the world called Jesus Christ is an ebony black man with woolly hair. You see what I'm saying? Which means what? He's covering the face of the judges, because yahawashi is a judge. He's going to judge these nations when he comes down. And God as well, they painted him up as a white man. And he's the ultimate judge. You see what I'm saying? He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If it's not them, then you tell the Most High who it is. Because the Most High created them to be the wicked.
Yeah, that's the Heavenly Father being
right, the Most High's being sarcastic then. God. Yeah, so we are the real judges. And nothing to prove that as well, because when you go up in their courtrooms, they're wearing woolly wigs. And Caucasians naturally don't have woolly hair. So why are they wearing woolly wigs? Because we ruled Europe. In fact, I'll show you that poster. Come on. Let me, just finish that one in 7 and 25. Okay? See when it says he covered the faces of the judges thereof, yeah? Because for 1,000 years, us Negroes were ruling Europe, yeah? Through the so-called Byzantine Empire. This is what they don't tell you in school. They just tell you the Dark Ages. Yeah, because they tried to black out that history. They didn't know you were the real kings and queens of the earth. Yeah, they just tell you that you began as slaves. They show you Kunta Kinte and all that shit. They don't tell you that while in the Dark Ages, these Caucasians and the rest of them was in slavery under us. Yeah, when you hear about King James and King Henry, and those are all Negroes, man. King George, Arthur, yeah, St. Nicholas, St. Patrick, these are all Negroes, man. Okay, that's why they said it as well. Also, no blacks, no Irish, no dogs, because they knew that the Irish are mixed and some of their lineage goes back to the Moors. Okay?
I thought we all